That man right there just made a shit ton of fucking money live on fucking Kick. And y'all could have tapped in, but some I don't want to get up. I don't want to get up. I'm tired. Maybe tomorrow. Bitch, I never stream. Fuck. Alright, my fault for the quiet stream today, boys. That's on me. That's on me, gang. But I wanted to stream. I didn't get to stream all week. I really, really wanted to stream this week, and I didn't get to. So I went live today, even though I had to be quiet. My roommate was sleeping. He's gone now. He up now. We fucking banked today. And I want to teach you how I did that shit. So we're going to go back to our charts. We're going to scoop my little butt back to where I belong in my left side little corner thing. And we're going to go over the trade that we took today. Because it was really fucking clean. And then I took an additional trade after this on my funded account. And I bottom ticked the absolute living life out of what was it, MES? Yeah, I think it was MES. So we visited Bankington International. And then we took a flight to Finance CEO land. All right, that's where we Stock Island, bro. All right, we took just a little vacation, and then we touched down in Finance CEO Villa. All right, we took a little day trip. It was pretty lit. So, I think my Kickstream's still playing there. Whoops. Anyways, let's get into the trade fucking recap, boys. All right, let's get fucking into that shit. So here is the trade. Not a very long trade. I'll be honest with y'all. Not a very long trade, but a very clean trade. I don't mind it taking fucking 10 minutes if it's going to make me some bread ski. This was the trade on a 5-minute time frame, right? Now, if you backtest, you're probably not going to catch this shit. Just being honest with you, right? You can't just stick to one time frame. You do need to use lower time frames. I have a video dropping on time frame alignment like ASA fucking P. Like sooner than later type shit, type method. So if you drop onto the 15-minute time frame, we have these lows all the way back here. I was targeting these lows. See these retested lows right here? That was my final take profit I was aiming for. Okay, we're looking to the downside. The reason why is on the open. We kind of just chopped for a little bit. Little Choppington city right here going on. Little Choppington, continent going on. Nothing crazy. And the news came out. I think, what was it? Some dumb shit, bro. I don't fucking know. I'm not going to act like I know. It dropped down, and then we had Trump or some shit on stream. He started talking and saying some bullshit. We created a bias. All of our stocks and equities, everything started creating bearish biases. So what I'm thinking is, okay, we need a first fair value up to validate to move to the downside. What are we going to target? I had these 3 areas picked out. This is a potential breaker block high that I wanted to take profit on. This is another low I wanted to take profit on just in case. And then this is this is our final take profit. As far as I'm willing to take this trade, I actually cut it short before this just because I don't believe it hit that. So anyways, going back to our 5-minute time frame, we did have these 2 inefficiencies to fill, so we had a reason to move to the downside. There's a reason why I didn't take SPY to the downside. We didn't have inefficiencies. I preferred AMD. It was going to be a quicker trade. When you have fair value gaps to retrace, okay, plus you have a validation measure because that first fair value gap that's underneath of you, if that doesn't get crushed, that's a sign to exit, right? That's the general idea. If you don't know about first fair value gaps, there should be a video somewhere over here. Well, you can't see me, but somewhere on that side. Oh, wait a minute. Got it. Somewhere over there. Beep, boop, beep, boop. Over there. I'm going to do the beep, boop, boop later. So it'll be in there. So you can watch the video on the first fair value gap theory. Very, very important shit. All right. Very, very important. So we're going to drop down to our 3-minute or 5-minute time frame. 3-minute. I believe it was the 3 minutes. Whoops. No, I guess it was the 1 minute. I don't even remember. Shit. It happens. Here it is. So here's what we had going on, right? We broke through this previous daily low. Now we didn't have a fair value gap. Fuck, why is it so broken? I'm not tripping. Why is it so Oh, it just keeps moving me around. We didn't have a first fair value gap until this guy right here on the 2-minute. I believe it was on the 3 as well, the 4 and the 5. So we had a first fair value gap on all of our time frames that I would consider our lower time frames. The 1, the 2, the 3, the 4, the 5. There's a first fair value gap on all that. So additionally, what I'm waiting for is some type of break of structure event. Why does it keep fucking teleporting me? For fuck's sake, just keep me where I want to be. Motherfucker. Alright, you're staying here. Jesus. Excuse me. My God, that's terrible. So anyways, we were oscillating between the 5, the 15, the 3, and the 1. Just kind of going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I actually got in on... I'm a little confused. Why the fuck... Oh, it was a 3-minute entry, I believe, wasn't it? Yeah, or it was like a 2 or 3 minute. Fuck, man, I don't script this shit. I'm gonna keep it a stack, boys. I'm gonna keep it a stack. Where is the... I'll turn the algo on. It should actually show the entry. Ah, yes, I'm fucking dumb as shit, boys. I took my entry way before this. We were in on this right over here. I'm fucking stupid, boys. We took this right over here, but when I was on the 5 minute, I couldn't screenshot it without dragging it over here. So we got in at this price level, but we were in on this trade from here. Okay, so this is our entry on this break of structure after the validation of the first fair value gap. If you draw a line on this level right here and you go to the 5 minute time frame, you can see we're validating that first fair value gap that's in here, as well as on the 3. We're breaking structure on the 3. We're breaking structure on the 2. We're breaking structure on the 5. Everything that we need to take a trade is lining up. Time frame alignment. Gonna have a video on that very soon. Go to the 1 minute. I want the fucking algo to show you the exact short. It should load. I don't know why it's not. It's not even showing a completely different. Hold on. Why is it not? Oh, is it with dynamic entry? Oh, dynamic entry. Whoops, my fault, boys. Anyway, so yeah, so you can see we got it on this candle. We held on the validation of that first fair value gap. Essentially, what we're waiting for at this point is to make sure that we don't break past the 50% level of this confluence. The stop loss actually should be, oh, it's basically there on the 50% level, more or less, of that confluence. If you go out to the 5 minute time frame, you can see our stop loss is on the 50% level of that first fair value gap on the 5 minute. Is the first fair value gap underneath the order block. That's essentially going to be the most important fair value gap in the system. Again, if you do not know about that, watch my video on it. It will help you a lot. We got in on that break of structure, holding on that that validation, essentially making sure that this order block, which I believe was a higher time frame low, yeah, there it is not going to create volume to the upside, like a sweep and move to the upside. So that's why we have a line there. You can see we had one of our take profits here because I wanted to make sure that if we hit this level, it wasn't going to fucking shit the bed and run through our stop loss. And we were seeing great volume. We were seeing fucking great volume out of this shit, so I was just holding this bitch down. Again, this is a live execution. This was on Kick. So yeah, we were holding on this break of structure, an additional break of structure. I'm watching this on the 3. Things look good in the 3. Things look good in the 5. We also create a 3 minute and a 5 minute fair value gap, so everything is great. Where I actually stopped out of the trade, you can see we came down to this order block or this relative low down here. We'll go to the 5 minute. You can see we got really, really, really close to this low, these lows down here. And we actually came to this low specifically, right? Not one I marked out because I didn't think it was a substantial low, but you can see how we had some invalidation at that low. So we did take profit there. I had like fucking 7 contracts or 8 contracts on this shit. Like I was pretty heavy, so it was AMD. It was an AMD short, so AMD is not necessarily the most expensive equity to trade options on, but we ended up trimming, I believe, like 2 down here, and then I ended up taking out on the invalidation. We just saw some weird volume out of here. I didn't want to hold it down for that long. So we had that sweep down here. That was definitely not a good sign. I believe my average fill was somewhere in here. The take profit is not necessarily accurate. Obviously, we were aiming for this level down here, but on the live execution, first we held on this. We had this break, no liquidity sweep break of structure back to the upside to stop us out. So we held the trade down, holding this down to make sure that we create more fair value gaps. We created one right here. We created one right here, and then we were starting to retest that fair value gap and not seeing the best reaction out of that. So somewhere in here we were getting filled. You can see the algo alerted us to exit the short position on the 1 minute here. You can see I believe it also did that on the 2 and the 3, I think. Or maybe it was just the 1. Yeah, okay, so it was on the 1 and the 3. So usually that's a good sign that the time frames are aligning and you want to get out of a position like that. So this is a pretty good trade. Also, it was a rejection on volume imbalance. You can see higher time frame volume imbalance in between those lows. So also a really good confluence to get out on. If you have a big rejection on a volume imbalance like that, like we saw, you want to get the fuck out because this is usually the sign of liquidity sweep. Not to mention the fact that there's a first fair value gap right here that we ended up validating. So pretty simple trade, honestly. Not like the most complex, not the most complex entry, exit, whatever. But you can see right here we validated that first fair value gap. That's why the first fair value gap is so important, because we had these lows down here, this order block, this first fair value gap, the first fair value gap in this bullish system. We were validating it on that 5 minute time frame, and then we ran past that. So it's important to see that in real time that, hey, on a higher time frame, you're validating the lowest fair value gap in the system. And sure, we ended up retracing that, but we're still we're seeing some respect on these lows down here, especially if you go to that 3 minute time frame. You can see we clearly swept out those lows and then created a fair value gap and then continued to break structure. So although we were targeting those PM lows, we were not able to get those PM lows. Or what were they? AM lows, excuse me. We were not able to get there, so we did trim those contracts in real time. And I believe I pulled a little one of these. So unfortunately, I was quiet the entire stream because my roommate was sleeping. But I mean, it doesn't get any more simple than when I did this like a fucking million times. Like it doesn't like run that shit back. It doesn't get any more simple than that. So hopefully this trade made sense. Like I said, we got in on that first fair value gap break of structure, validating that break of structure, watching the time frames align, the 1, the 3, the 5. We're seeing that fair value being validated, more fair value is being generated. No incentive to move back to the upside. No validation to the upside from this order block. Scale that up to time frames, no buy side coming in. So we took that down until we had invalidation at those lows where we saw a liquidity sweep that created a fair value gap on a lower time frame. And that was our exit. Hopefully that made sense. Additionally, I took another entry on SPY. This shit went crazy. I wish I was streaming for this shit. That was way, way better. I bottom ticked the absolute living shit out of this. Let me see if I can find it. I remember my exact entry time, 12:33, right there. Yeah, right here. So, I mean, this is just textbook right here. Let me turn on the algo so you can see this as well. The algo took another trade here. Yes. I believe this is the right. Yes. Retrace long. Or is it dynamic? Oh, shit, it might be dynamic. Nope, it was a retrace long. So anyway, so we had it was already alerting all the way back here, but I was waiting for a high time frame alignment, and I was seeing that on the 3 and the 5. I entered exactly on the close of that 3-minute candle, which would be this upcoming candle right here. You'll see why. Comes with that break of structure. Really, really clean break of structure. We have this full system right here. So this is underneath the previous daily low. First fair value gap on all time frames being validated. We're seeing break of structure. You can see we also get an entry on the 5. We get an entry on the 3. We get an entry on the 1. This is time frame alignment. Break of structure after the first fair value gap, after a sweep of these London lows, as well as, I think there's something, no, just London lows. A sweep of London lows, and then first fair value gap, order block creation. Like it's pretty textbook here. So we got our entry on time frame alignment amongst the 1, the 3, the 5. Specifically on the 3 close. The 3 close is really solid. Here is the system. Here is my targets. Whoops. Okay, so we have a structural equilibrium that falls right around here, right around that previous daily low. And we have a previous daily low. That's my fucking target. And watch this shit. I mean, it's that fucking simple. This shit was clean as fuck. And then it just ended up running all the way to those pre-market levels, like fucking insane. All the way to those pre-market levels. The algo actually made more money on this than I did. I just didn't let it take control of the account all the way to that previous day equilibrium. So super simple fucking trade. Again, same entry model. High time frame, low time frame alignment. First for value gap theory, order block form on the London low sweep. Get in on that 3-minute break of structure, which also was a 5-minute validation and a 1-minute validation. So using your time frames to your advantage, we targeted this previous daily low. That's a substantial source of liquidity. Now, I could have held this down more, but I was going to the gym, so I just took this very simple long in the 3, exit right on the previous daily low. So again, boys, really simple shit. As well as, you could target more highs if you want to. There's just no point for me. I just done and out. Like, it's that fucking easy. Hopefully it made sense. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm gonna go. What am I gonna go do? Shit, I gotta take a shower. I smell like ass, bro. Fuck.